Let's make a fan-powered car. All right, so we're gonna need some pretty basic materials, and the first thing we're gonna have to do is connect our motor directly to our battery pack. You can pause the video to see the diagram. Next, you'll need the motor mounts. You can use anything for a base. I'm using a cup, but you could use cardboard, you could use a plastic bottle. You can also incorporate gears if you want to. My design isn't, but if you want to give yourself a challenge or modify it later, you absolutely could. So the first thing I'm going to do when I'm looking at my base is I want to find a place for my motor where that when it's spinning, the fan won't hit the sides of my cup. And I want the fan kind of positioned off the back end of my vehicle. So here I'm just using the motor mount to elevate my motor, but you could build a base out of cardboard if you would prefer. And I'm using hot glue, but if you have foam tape in your kits, that'll also work perfectly for this. And then if you do use hot glue, just remember it is hot, and the plastic cup especially is very thin and it gets really warm on the inside. So next we're going to talk about axles. So to make these axles, the easiest way is to use a straw and then to fit the metal dowel axle pieces included in your kit through the straws. So I'm actually just going to cut the straws a little bit shorter than the axle pieces. And for this part, I'm just going to use masking tape to attach these because hot glue will melt the straws. So you can position these anywhere, it really doesn't matter. You can put them at the beginning of your car, the end of the car, however you want your wheelbase to look, it's completely up to you. So all I'm going to do is tape these straws down to my cup, and I just have them on the bottom of where my motor is. But you could change this design and make it anything you want. Once I have them both in, I'm just going to add more tape. Can never have enough tape. And position them together. Then you're going to slide those metal pieces through each of the straws and then place the wheels on. These were a little tricky to get on, so I used the table for some leverage so that I could press down on the hard surface. And then you'll notice my car has a problem. As soon as I spin it around, it's very heavy in the back and it tips back, which is not really helpful for my car. So I need to figure out some kind of counterbalance or counterweight. I'm gonna just use the other motor mount piece because I had it handy, but you could use washers or pennies or something else here. And when you put your little fan on the back end of the shaft on your motor, you're pretty much set to go. And because we didn't use a switch for this motor design, as soon as I put my batteries in, my car is gonna take off. So we can kind of see it here. There's lots of ways I could improve this car. This is a super basic model. You could make it way better than mine, but these are the basic pieces. And then you'll notice my fan did pop off on me. If you have a parent or guardian around that has some super glue or hot glue, you could add a little dab to the fan piece to hold it on better, or you can just press it down a little more firm. I don't know if I pressed it as hard as I could have, so that is how to prevent that from happening. But that is the motorized car.